In this video, we will look at one topic from section 4.2, which deals with radian and degree measures. Two ways to measure angles are in terms of degrees and something called radians. We're used to seeing degrees because we've seen it in geometry and other previous courses. Okay, so if we look down at this picture, the degrees of a circle is 360 degrees. So from half of the circle, so if I looked at just the top half of the circle, that would represent 180 degrees. That would be my semicircle. And then if I cut that circle into fours, then I'm basically dividing 360 by 4. So 1/4 of it would be 90 degrees. Okay. Now, because a circle equals 360 degrees, that going around the circle also equals 2 pi. They are the same. So understanding that relationship, then if we divide both sides by 2, then we get an equivalent equation where we say 180 degrees equals pi radians, and vice versa, pi radians equals 180 degrees. We will use these conversions, this reduced version, so that our numbers are smaller when we're dealing with them. Okay, so you probably have seen this in your science courses before, but what we're going to do in this video is just convert between 2 units of measure, and then we're going to convert between degrees and radians. So to convert from degrees to radians, we're going to multiply by pi radians over 180 degrees. That way my degrees will cancel. To convert between radians and degrees, I'm going to multiply by 180 degrees over pi radians so that my radians will end up canceling. Now here are just some common ones that we will keep using throughout this chapter, and we will see them again when we take a look at the unit circle in the next section. But you will have to also start memorizing these. So let's actually practice just converting some of these so that we can have a few examples. So if I want to convert 135 degrees to radians, I'm going to take the 135 degrees and multiply it by pi radians over 180 degrees. By doing that, my degrees end up canceling out. So, and I can also, I want to reduce, okay, because I have 135 pi over 180. What I want to reduce the 135 and the 180. Okay. First, they're both divisible by 5, so you could start there, start small. Okay, so then this one gives me 27, and 180 divided by 5 gives me 36. And then hopefully what we see now is that they're actually both divisible by 9. So we can reduce again. So that gives me 3. This gives me 4. So my final answer is going to be 3 pi over 4 is equivalent to 135 degrees. Number 2, I have 540 degrees. So I'm going to multiply that by pi radians over 180 degrees. Again, first my degrees will cancel. So I end up getting 540 pi over 180. Okay, first they're both divisible by 10, so the zeros go away. So then I have 54 over 18. And I believe they're both divisible by 9, so we could do that one next. So 54 divided by 9 gives me 6. 18 divided by 9 gives me 2. And then we see that they're both again divisible by 2. So that gives me 1, and that gives me 3. So my answer would be 3 pi. And then the last one, I'll write down here to give myself more room. So I have negative 270 degrees times pi radians over 180 degrees. Again, the degrees cancels. So I end up getting negative 270 pi over 180. Again, they're both divisible by 10, so the 0 go away. And then we see, hopefully, that they're both divisible by 9. So negative 27 divided by 9 is a negative 3. 18 divided by 9 is 2. So then I get negative 3 pi over 2. Next, we'll do some starting with in terms of radians and converting it to degrees. So we'll do these ones a little bit quicker. I have negative pi over 2 radians, so what I'm going to do is multiply it by 180 degrees over pi radians. When I do that, the radians cancel as well as the pi's cancel. So I end up getting negative 180 degrees over 2. And when I simplify that, I get negative 90 degrees. Number 2, again, I'm going to multiply by 180 degrees over pi radians. Okay. My pi's and my radians all cancel. So I end up getting 9 times 180 degrees divided by 2. I'm going to reduce before I multiply to make my life a little bit easier. So the 2 and the 180 can get reduced to be 9 times 90 degrees. So then I end up getting 810 degrees. And then the last one, 2 radians. I'm going to multiply by 180 degrees over pi radians. Okay, this time I have no pi's to cancel, just the radians cancel. So I end up getting 2 times 180 is 360 degrees over pi. That's acceptable answer. Pi is a number, so it's basically saying 360 degrees divided by a number a little bit above 3. So if I had a calculator and plugged it in, I would end up getting 114.59 degrees.